Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, and good night wherever you're watching in the world, and welcome back to Speed Force Racing. We are here in Brazil for the 10th round of the pinnacle of SFR that is GP1. I'm your host, Lancer29, and I'm a lone wolf for this one because the comms team were running low on numbers today, and I offered to step in and help out, but today I'm not going to take all the credit for it though, but it's about the drivers. But anyway, 5 races to go, starting off with Interlagos. Let's get into the drivers. We're going to get into the driver standings now, and leading the way is Laser on 160 points, the first driver, the only driver in the division to be on double digits, and 1 point off second. Very close battle for second place between Glock and Tim on 95 and 94 respectively. In P4 you have Timo on 87, Black Box in 5th on 64 with Jakak in 6th on 57, Galato on 51, QVR Brad Root on 38, Galato on 36, John on 33, rounding out the top 10, and then down the rest of down the field you have the Big Dog on 28 points, Lost Souls on 21, G-Max on 20, Phantom on 16, Kimmy on 11, Nelly on 8, Nick on 6 points, and Tarek on a single point. Down the constructors, you have Mercedes leading the way from Haas, just 12 points separate them, around 12 points separate them. No. I'm getting it wrong. Around 18 points ahead of Haas in second place, with Alfa Romeo in third on 121. Aston Martin in fourth place on 115, and then Red Bull complete the top 5 on 77. And down the field you have McLaren on 76, very close battle between them and Red Bull, to be exact. Williams on 65, Ferrari on 55, AlphaTauri on 47, and rock bottom Alpine on 42. Right, get into the track map. Quite a lot of people going out nice and early, and I believe it's, oh my goodness, oh my god, quite a few cars out on track, and I think Tim is the first one out on track. Wow, it all came about very quickly. I think they're going on very different tyres, which interests me. Interests me, to be honest. Ow. I think John's the first one actually about to head to the line. Yes, he is. Now, let's get the no, not the laboratory because we don't want that now. Heading into turn 1, that's a crucial corner to get right, because it's basically where you could possibly set the turn for your lap, and if you get a good exit out of here without invalidating, you'd be on for a good time, as he does set up a 16.7 in sector 1 on the mediums. Makes it very wide, surprisingly not invalidating there. Now, wow, Alpine are pretty, this must be able to strike him, but anyway, that's not the point. Heading into the final corners now for sector 3. This is basically, this DRS straight is basically where the race is run and lost, and oh no! 5 place grid penalty. That is so unfortunate for Jaime, who looked to be on a pretty promising lap, but has had his quali ended just like that. Big shame for Jaime there. Wow. Sorry, I swear there, but I didn't. But disaster for Jaime, as Kimi goes original pole, setting the standard of 106.8. Then you have Timo with a 108 on 108.1, Mamba retiring from the session, and Yeast retiring from the session, both reserving, as it's not their division. And now the big dog comes in in second place on one. Oh, big dog in second, Banter Brandon in third of a 171, leapfrogging the championship leader as well. As I believe Martin's on an outlap. I already know that for sure. But Hauser's also on an outlap. But I think a driver that could be on a lap. No. Oh my goodness. It's really hard to find drivers. Drivers that are or aren't on a lap. But yeah. So far, this qualifying session has gone by relatively swift. Gonna go on board with Lost Souls now in the other Mercedes. Does a 16.6 in sector 1. Right. Makes it very solidly in sector 2 as well. How is he going to approach sector 3? This is where during a DRS battle, this is where your race could be pretty much won and lost. We head into the final few corners. Heading into the DRS straight now. What time Sol's gonna set? A 107.2. 4 tenths off Kimi. Not a bad lap from Lost Soul. There's Jakak. He's on a lap now. Taking a lot of curb there, but nothing too major. Nothing to worry about as he's taking it rather smoothly. Through these final few corners, heading into sector 2. The end of sector 2, sorry, yep. 50.0. 0 through the final corner. We head into the final DRS straight now. Jakak comes in. Jakak's coming in. Goes fastest. Brilliant lap from Jakak, who set to 106.4. And something tells me, and I'm going to go out on a limb here, but something tells me these lap times are only going to get faster. Rob Williams, nope. The other McLaren Mauser about to coming into the pits. Quite a few cars pitting in. Because Rob Williams now is on a lap, or like probably was. Depends on if he's coming in. Yeah, he's looking like he's going to come in. Yes, he is. The first driver that is on an outlap, I think. Get this up. No, it's not Crowhawk. It might be Crowhawk. It is Crowhawk, but he's invalidated that one, so it's going to be. It's going to be Laser, our championship leader of the division. Heading into the final straight now, about to begin his lap. Right, let's get this started. Navigates his way beautifully through turns 1 and 2. Easily one of the hardest corners to get. Well, mind you, sector 2 can be a little bit challenging, especially when you're on no traction control. But nonetheless, this is all looking like a pretty close. It's all looking like a pretty close field to be fair. But heading into the end of sector 2. Some narrow, but not quite narrow, but not extremely narrow corners. Like flowing but slow corners to be exact. But yeah, brilliant from Blazer there again. Heading into the end of sector 2. He's 8 tenths up. He's under a second. So this This is going to be a promising lap for the championship leader if he can keep it on. He's going to keep it on. He's got DRS hugging that inside line, hugging the wall. Goes third. Solid from Laser. As Galato goes up into second with a 106.6. And the next driver on a lap, I think it's got to be... Yeah, it's Tim. Tim's on a lap. Got to go on board with him now. Oh, oops. There he is, coming through the last corner. Goes into third with a 106.6. A few temps off JT Galato as well. And both the AlphaTauris are literally on the straight. Bossy lets him go for that extra bit of slipstream as Kimi does improve. But the problem is he doesn't move up a place. So I think the next driver that's possibly on a lap, it's got to be Lost Souls. He's heading into the final few corners now. It goes 3 temps up in sector 2, sorry. Near enough full DRS to his advantage. Heading into the final corner now. What time is he going to set? P5. A few temps above his, few thousandths above his teammate as well. Martin now gets his lap started. Tim comes across again. I think that's going to be Bossy on a lap. Yes, it is. Going to go on board with Timo, but on to Bossy now, who's set. Doesn't improve, but does Timo improve? Yes, he does, but he goes into P7. And the next driver about to come across the line is Mauser, who's won a race in GP3 already this season. P9. P9, solid lap for Mauser, as Big Dog invalidates. The other Alfa Romeo, Banter Brandon, is about to... Nope. Oh, yeah. Oh, hold on. Actually, Jakak is on an outlap, so we're going to go on board with him after. Locke also on an outlap. As Brandon, all DRS to his advantage. Here he comes across the line to set. 106.9. All a very close field. Solid lap for Brandon as well, but the next driver I think is on the lap. Oh, no. Might be, might not be, you never know. But maybe he's got, but we're going to go on board with Clock anyway. Actually, change of plan, I would do it, but there's Jakak who's on the lap. 6 temps down in sector 2. Oh, he's binned it. Not binned it, but he's had a massive tank slapper, which would cost him hugely in a race situation. But here comes Glock. All DRS to his advantage. What time is he going to set? Spence is rolling up into P3. Very, very good lap. Love how second and from second to 4 are all separated by a few thousandths. Pretty much all of that, pretty much most of the top 10 are all in 5 tenths of each other. That makes it, if anything, that makes the race exciting. So, we're going to go back on board with Galato, who's probably on the lap. Yes, he is. Now, does he improve in sector 2? That's going to be a question that we will have an answer for in a few seconds. No, not quite, but he's only a few temps down. But can he get? Would he have enough to enough to improve? And would he have enough at the end of sector 3? He's done. No. Oh, he does improve. Not by much, but he doesn't move up a place. But we're going to go back on board with... We're going to go on board with Crowhawk now. The next driver. Next driver on a lap. who's already up by a second. Oh yeah, he is up by a second, I think. Maybe not, but either way, we're going to go on board with him and see how well he does. 6 temps up for Crowhawk. Takes a lot of curb, so much curb in fact for Crowhawk. As he approaches. It's center S, isn't it? Yep, gotta be the center S. But yeah. How much does Crowhawk improve? He improves by 2 temps. So holding his own against the GP1 field as he heads into the final corner. Full DRS. Flat out. Hugging the inside wall. P10 stays where he is, but not far off Banter Brandon though. As I believe the next driver on our lap is going to be Tim in P4. Yeah, we are live. Yeah, just wanted to make sure because I might have had a massive brain fart then. But anyway, here comes Tim. The end of sector 1. A 10th down, but I can easily head into this final corner now. No, not final corner. Having another brain fart. This is what happens on a roll. But anyway. At least we've got most of the grid on today, so I'm pretty happy about that. Anyway, ooh, Tim's going very slowly. I don't think he was too happy. I don't think he was very happy with that last run. But we are going to go on board with Martin, perennial GP3 frontrunner and a proven winner in that division. Had quite a few reserve races in this division, I think. But anyway, here he comes to the final corner. Full DRS. What time is he going to set? He improves just an ounce. And again, another driver who doesn't move up. Apologies about that, but we go on board with Timo, who goes up by 2 temps. Next driver about to come across the line, I think it's going to be Crowhawk, no? It's going to be Bossy, actually. No, it isn't. It's going to be Kimmy. Doesn't improve. Laser goes up by a place. Swapping around with teammate Crowhawk. As Bat Brandon goes up into P3. Okay. Very tight. That is going to be an interesting one to see how this qualifying session ends. As I think Timo is going very slowly. Going very slowly indeed as Galato improves but not quite. Almost getting provisional pole. I think the next driver about to come across the line. I think it's definitely Kimmy. No, it's not Kimmy. He validates. Bossy comes across the line. What does Brandon do? Jacat goes even faster. 106.1. Basically securing whole position in some ways, hands down. But how will this race fare is anyone's guess. So, once we wait for the final few drivers to right, let's get the classification done. Katie Glasser retires from the session. Right. Here's a full qualifying grid for you. Jacat starts on pole with JTG Galato in P2. Brandon rounds out the top 3, and then you've got Glock starting alongside him, and then down the rest of the top 10 you have Tim, Timo, Kimmy, Laser, Lost Souls, Crowhawk, and then down the field you have Mauser, Bossy, Martin, Big Dog, Rob Williams, Mamba, Yeast, and Jime, all bringing up the rest of the field. Ooh, it's cloudy. The question is, will we get a wet race or a late? Is it going to rain at some point, or is it just going to be dry all the way? Either way, we're going to find out for sure. Anyway, right, here we are on the formation lap as we get on board with tyre detail. No shock, the entire top 10 are all on hards, but interestingly, it's half, outside of it, it's half mediums and half softs. On the soft compound, taking that brave risk, a Big Dog, a Maka, oh no. Oh, Maka, what have you done now? But yeah, it's Big Dog, the Arix lad, and Piet and Jime all taking that aggressive gamble to go on the softs. And on the mediums you have Mauser, Bossy, Martin, and Rob Williams. But yeah, it could be a very interesting one, actually, a race strat today, because even though I think it is a two-stop track, but if you're outside of the top 10, then you can pretty much go for just about. You can pretty much go for just about anything. Just about anything. You can try soft hard, try a one stop if you're brave enough. Or you can try playing it pragmatically and going with the two stop, whether it's medium, or medium soft, or medium soft. Who knows? But regardless, let's get on board the field as we head towards the end of this formation lap as we wait for Rob Williams to bring up the field. Anyway, as long as the race gets underway, but anyway, here we are, full engine revs rise. We're waiting for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go. Good start by Galato and Jakak in the top 3. Brandon gets a good start as well. Great start by Glock. Up into P3 he goes. Oh, Jakak's round early on. Contact early on. Disaster for him. As Galato leads the field, heading into the end of sector 1 with Glock and Timo right behind. Brandon up into 4th, right on the back of Timo already. But terrible start for Jakak. I don't know what happened there. As Brandon's still on the back of him, it's all getting all close for comfort in that midfield as Crowhawk is on the back of Martin for that P9 spot. Looks down the inside, but has to think better of it as Mamba looks to get in amongst it now. But yeah, aside from Jakak spinning out and possibly Lost Souls getting caught up in that, I'm not too sure. All's fairly well. Ooh, yeah, Crowhawk's on the back of Martin as Galato leads the first lap of the race with Glock right behind. Look at this. Crowhawk's looking for it. He's got a bit of slipstream on him, you know. Looking down the inside. Is he going to get the move done? Oh, he doesn't! Contact between Martin and Crowhawk as Crowhawk loses his front wing. And falls down to P14 as cars behind him are surely going to catch up. As Galato is starting to get himself a little bit of breathing space as Lost Souls retires from the session. Okay. He leaves the session, and that's probably going to put Laser in charge of it now. As Galato still leads the way from Glock in P1, P2 with Timo right behind. And the closest we've got in terms of on-track battles, I believe it's Kimmy on the back of Brandon. Mind you, that's a pretty decent trade from all the way from P1 to P8. As Galato sets himself the fastest lap of the race. Now, is Glock going to get a move done? He's already used up quite a lot of his own, put it this way. It's definitely one of those tracks where you have to bide your time around. Like keep yourself in range, but also at the same time, just try not to use all of your arrows in one big go, because the next thing you know, whenever someone's on the back of you and it's getting towards a crucial stage of the race, then you're gonna be in big trouble, especially if you have penalties as well. And it's also a very hard track not to get penalties around there because the track limits are huge. Possibly one of the hugest in the calendar. But yeah, Interlagos is a great track. I love it. A lot of people love it, but it's just so fast and flowing. Anyway, Glock's got DRS yet again. What time is he going to get Galato this time? No, I don't think so, but he is closing up. Possibly biding his time, to be fair, but so possibly he is saving up for that the second DRS straight. Does he? No, biding his time still. Whilst he gets his first 3-second penalty of the race. As Mauser's on the back of Jakak already. Oh no! Brandon's gone! Disaster for Alfa Romeo as Brandon crashes out. And it's a virtual safety car already. Already 4 laps in. Wow. 2 casualties already in the first 4 laps. Rohawk retires from the session. In the pits he goes. That's 3 drivers gone. I'm now wondering if we're even going to get... Now I'm curious to see how this race pans out, because Brazil is quite an unpredictable track as well, as Crowhawk leaves the session. When this VSC comes in, it's going to be anyone's guess. But the DRS is now enabled. DRS is now enabled. Galato, and that has allowed Glock to buy his time. Glock has done fantastically, biding his time. Surely it's going to be a matter of time until he gets the move done, a crucial overtake done. Brandon understandably leaves the session. A massive shame for him after such a good quality and a pretty good start to the race as well. But JT Galato still leads from Glock in second with Timo. Timo's already gotten himself in the mix. Whew. Interesting on his laser, I think, is on the back of Kimi for that P4 spot. Mind you, this could all be this could all get very crucial come the end of this race. As Tim and Rob Williams swap places. Meanwhile, Glock is going to get DRS again. Oh, he's using his ERS nice and early. He's going to get DRS, but not going to be close enough to get a move, I don't think. No, he isn't. He's surely going to have another go again. Look at this. All DRS. Is he going to get the move done? No, not quite. Ooh, Galato using quite a lot of curb. So, question is, will they now? Will Glock have enough this time to decide to go for it now, or wait, or just wait? Because he's playing. He's quite clearly, even though they're on the same tyre, Glock is clearly playing that long game. He's waiting for Galato, quite clearly, he is waiting for Galato to make a big mistake so he can pounce, get the overtake done, use as much of it, not too much, but use plenty of ERS just so he can get himself a sustainable gap as Glock looks for it. He's looking, thinks better of it, but I think he's probably going to get him this time at this DRS straight. I might be wrong on this. Oh, he is. Oh, he's got to run. He's got the slipstream. He's looking for it. Down the inside goes Glock. Is he going to get the move done for the race lead? Yes, he is. Glock goes into the race lead of the race with Galato right behind. Brilliantly done by Glock. He took his time, stayed patient, got himself in range and got that move done. Wow. Now, is he going to do the same thing? Or is he going to keep hold of that lead? Or is he going to allow Galato to just use up all of his ERS? Use all of his ERS and then just wear himself out? But he's got Glock with the company right behind. Galato also has DRS. Lap 8 of 36, and so far, I'm going to say that Glock is probably going to increase that lead. Possibly inevitably because of how well he's done keeping that Urs at a keeping his battery up. So far, it's all getting pretty good. Close to Big Dog gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. The second driver in this race to do so. Oh no! There's a Ferrari round, and it looks to be Mamba, whose bad luck in season 10 continues. Look at this. Now Kimi is on the back, is closing in already. He's already closing in on Timo for that Pete Briggs spot. Now, Glock is already increasing that gap to sorry, Galato in second place. But Kimi also biding his time. But yeah, Big Dog gets another 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. But look at this train for that race lead. It's now becoming, if anything, a 5-car train. And look at Jaime climbing his way up to P6. Up his way into P6 after that crash in qualifying. But what a recovery so far. I know it's early in the race, but he's done a cracking job getting himself up the field nice and early, keeping it on track and keeping it penalty free, crucially taking advantage of mistakes ahead of him, as Glock uses a little bit of his hers. And Galato, I think, he might be biding his time as well. He might be... Oh, hold on, he's going for it. He's got the slipstream. Is Galato going to try for a move down the inside? No, he's not. And Glock keeps hold of that race lead as Timo is surely going to slowly close in. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's slowly closing in. So is Kimi and so is Laser. Ooh, Jaime's in. Jaime is going to play the long game and go on to hard, which, although I don't think it's a particularly strong tyre around this track, it's not terrible either. It's one of those where it just takes time. Where it just takes time for the tyre to just warm up. To get to grip, well, get to optimum grip and just go from there. So Jaime clearly biding his time, and there's no pun intended in what I said, but anyway. Now Galato is looking to go for a run of his own. Down the inside he goes. Who's going to get the lead here? It's Galato who goes out in front, and Laser Kimi looking on the back of Timo now. And Glock is probably going to have another go back, or biding his time, like I said, and he does bide his time. Now Jaime moves back up to P8. Big Dog goes into the pits. On to Softs. Okay. Might be going longer at the end. There's Timo now. Gets onto is under pressure from Kimi behind. And from Laser as well, actually. But it's still all very close to fifth. It's all so close. And here he comes. Here comes Glock down the inside. Audio arrested for Glock again. Now, using up a little bit more of his backstreet. Not much, but this pack, I actually think, is probably going to be, unless, well, this is probably going to age well, but it could possibly lead to the top 5 of this race as Big Dog gets himself another 3 seconds, multiple warnings. Now, ooh, good exit from, I think, Gelato. Got a solid exit out of that, but so did Glock. Now, is Glock going to use any of his DRS, or is he going to do what he did previous? Yeah, he's sticking behind him, not rushing him, not doing anything stupid. But if you look behind him, Timo is right on the very, very back. Right at the very back, and it's all quite clearly that gap is increasing as Jacat comes in. As Mamba gets past Bossy for that P9 spot. You remember they were both racing in GP3 last season. Bossy does have DRS. Down the inside he goes. Ooh, both getting pretty squirrely, but so far Bossy stays behind. As Block the DRS yet again, closing in, but I don't think it's going to be yet again not enough for an overtake, but lap 14 of 36. As Kimi dives his way into the pits, as Mamba gets 3 seconds with multiple warnings now. Now, as Kimi again goes onto the medium tyre. Behind. All very, very close between the top 4 now. The current top 4 to be exact, but Kimi only drops his way down to P8, which is actually a pretty good stop, considering the gap that the entire top 5 have built for the rest of the field in that first stint. But oh, top 4 are all in. Gelato gets 5 seconds for speeding in that pit lane. Now that's going to be crucial. Now, what do they all do? Glock on mediums, Laser on mediums, Timo and Gelato. All 4 of them are on mediums. This could get very close, get very spicy coming out of that race pit. As Maka takes the provisional race lead. As Jacat goes up into P4. Well, Jacat gets the fastest lap, sorry, but Kimi goes up into P4, probably taking the provisional race lead. So very well strategized from Kimi in the AlphaTauri. All looking pretty close. As Laser probably loses out the most out of that, but oh so close. Gelato gets ahead. The only one that, to be fair, Kimi actually hasn't beaten out of that top 4 is Gelato, albeit Gelato's problem is that 5-second penalty for speeding. Alright, Tim comes in. East comes in as well. Block getting down the inside. The outside, brilliant overtake. I didn't even see it, but gets the move done. Up into P2 he goes. And normal service has pretty much resumed as the big dog gets past Martin for that P. Martin and Laser, exact for that P5 spot. As Timo now is on the this time, Timo himself is on the back of Kimi. Already using up quite a lot of his Erds, which might not be the best thing for him. So far, I'd say this has actually been a relatively clean race. Considering it's a higher division and the stakes get so much higher. As Glock, Bossy Gaming, but 3 seconds with multiple warnings, at yet another penalty for him. Gelato gets the fastest lap of the session. Ooh. Oh, it's going to be so hard to say who's going to come out on top in that Earth battle. Lap 17 out of 36 as Gelato still leads. Oh, look at this, look at this. Oh, interestingly, Martin and Jime fight for P7. Now, Jime is probably going to be on the better strategy because Martin's tyres are getting on 16 lap old mediums. I think it's only a matter of time until... I think he'd probably wait until another few laps as Mako himself gets 3 seconds worth of penalties. And so far, I'd say Martin could do like another 5 or 10 laps. I think no. Actually, I might be right on that because 5 laps time. If we get headed to lap like say 21, 22, 14 laps on the softs is quite easily doable. Like even if you do get a little bit of tyre wear come towards the end, it will last you. They will last the end of the race, trust me. But anyway. Glock now on the back of him Gelato still. Is Kimi gets a 3 second penalty with multiple warnings. Now the dreaded 3 second penalty for multiple warnings. As Big Dog gets 3 second penalties with multiple warnings, another driver as well. If you take a look at the position change, Big Dog, no, Jime gains 10 places, the most out of any driver in this race, as Jakak has lost 9, but has recovered his way up into P10. And that's for the moment, may I add. But anyway, oh no, there's a McLaren round, and I think it's Rob Williams. No, it's not Rob Williams. Tim gets past Jakak for that P10 spot, as Mauser seems to have gone off. So far, still very close between that top 3. I don't think it's going to change it. It's going to be any different come the end of this race. Right, still very close. That Kimi on the back of Glock now. You don't want to, with 3 second penalty, you don't want to be doing anything impulsive. So far, I think that top 4 have all gained, that top 3 now, it gained such a big gap. As Big Dog retires from the session, crashes out at the end of Sector 1, let's go on board and see what happened to him. Is that going to result in anything? No, it doesn't. No. 4th driver out of the session. Disaster for Big Dog. Wow. All very close. As Jakak is already on the back of Tim for that P9 spot. And now, oh look at this! Kimmy on the back of Glock, side by side. Kim goes down the inside. Who's going to get on top of that? I really hate this camera angle, but Glock keeps hold of his position and defended magnificently as they both get DRS. Glock's going to get another go. Is he going to go down the inside? No, he's not. Kimmy stays in P3, sorry. As Jakak does get Tim for that P9 spot. Wow. Look at this. Ooh. Glock slightly getting out of shape there as Bossy gets another 3 seconds for multiple warnings. As we head on to lap 22 out of 36, so about 15 laps to go. No safety car as of yet as Kimmy gets into P2. Nice and easy on Glock. Now, will Glock do anything reckless or will he just stay behind him? Because he knows the top two both have penalties. If he keeps in range and keeps it on track, that race win is going to be his. And Galato gets 3 seconds for his troubles for multiple warnings, so that's going to further compound his race. Tim moves up into P8. Martin and Rob Williams go into the pits. There's Jakak already on the back of Yeast for that P7 spot. Oh, Kimmy getting really out of shape. This has left him so open for Glock to get a DRS move done. As we head into the DRS straight, side by side, heading into turn 1. Who's going to come out on top? It's going to be Tim. It's going to be Glock, sorry. Is Glock. Glock goes up into P2. Kimmy is probably going to have another go back at him. There's Timo now. He's going to be a bystander and just going to stay back and just wait for something between the two of them to happen. As Kimmy gets the place back, but Glock stays behind. Wow, Jakak gets 3 seconds for multiple warnings. Oh no, Mauser's gone off. No, he's on a lap down, so he's pulling out the way for drivers ahead of him. As Glock does have DRS, but he's not going to have a move done. He's not going to get a move done as no. Oh, overshooting it slightly. So that's going to give Kimmy a better exit. Glock keeps himself in range. But the problem for Glock, Timo is right behind, is the closest car to him now. Now, as we head closer for the end of a pretty intriguing race. Ooh, what a race it's been. Oh no, there's a Red Bull off, and I think it's going to be Yeast. Yes, it is. It is Yeast. He's got two cars right behind him. He's got Mamba and Bossy Gaming side by side, heading into the end of Sector 1. Mamba gets ahead, but is Bossy's looking down the inside, making that the outside, as Bossy has to stay behind the two Arx drivers of Mamba and Yeast respectively. All very close between them. So much going on in this race. It's going to be hard to keep track of it all as Bossy gets slightly out of shape. And now Tim, yet again, is on the back of Jakak. as Mauser retires from the session, and Yakak spins again. 14 drivers, well, 13 left in this session now. Look at this. Oh, wow, this has been one of the closest of the season, but anyway. Glock getting a pretty bad exit. It's like not a great exit out of that. That's going to buy Kimi some time. Mauser leaves the session, and understandably so, as Jakak retires. Massive shame for him. I think he could have been up there had it not been for what happened on lap 1, but sadly you're going to have... the sad truth is you're gonna have these races where when it goes against you, it's against you. But he'll bounce back, I'm sure of it. But anyway, Lock now on the back of Kimi still fighting for that P2 spot. As now the Arx drivers now uses on the back of Mamba, and he's got Bossy for company. Both Alfa Romeos are out of this race, so a disastrous one for them. As Yeast is closing in. Mamba goes down the inside, side by side. Who's going to come out on top of this? It's looking like it's going to be Mamba that comes out on top, as Bossy stays behind. I mean, bearing in mind he is at a disadvantage because of penalties anyway. But yeah. Very good racing between these drivers, as we're on 10 to go now. Oh, a little bit of contact between Yeast and Bossy. Yeast looks down the inside. No, doesn't get the move done. Nowhere near the move done. Yeast doesn't get a great exit out of that. No, and Mamba's already clear of him. Now, is Bossy going to get himself a move done? Yes, he is. He's got the run. Side by side between the two. Up into P8, P9 goes Bossy. As Yeast gets himself a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. If we take a look at the warning situation, the penalty situation, Bossy has the most penalties on 9. Gelato has 8. That's only because of that drive-through penalty. But not the drive-through, but only because he was speeding in the pit lane. But Yeast is on 6 now, and Kimi and Amber are all on 3. So, I think the big gainer out of this, debatably, is going to be Martin. He is slowly closing in on the drivers ahead of him. And if he can keep it up, I actually think he's going to... I'm calling it now, he's going to end up in P8. Mark my words. I might be wrong on this, because anything could happen at the end of the race, but look at this. Kimi back to the battle for the race lead. Normal service resumes. His block is still on the back of Kimi for that P2 spot, with Timo right behind him. As Mamba gets himself another penalty for multiple warnings. Yet again, Martin is in prime position for that P8 spot. And looking at this, Glock is still on the back of Kimi. Still very close for that P2 spot, which, like, Gelato, I'm not going to lie, could still very much win this race if he keeps it penalty free. If he keep this penalty, well, keep it on the podium actually, if he can keep it penalty free. and if Kimi can get another penalty as well, but anything can happen. So he's going to need to be hoping for the best to happen to him at the end of this race. But fair play to him for keeping in front, not giving up as well. As Mamba stays in P8, and now Martin's under 2 seconds of them. Oh, God. Look at this. Oh boy. Lap 30 out of 36, about 7 laps to go. All still very close as Gelato is only extending that lead. Quite clear as day. Extending it. Wow. Oh dear. Sorry about that. Ugh. But yeah, lap 31 out of 36. 5 to go now. 6 to go, sorry. And now, Block is clearly biding his time again, as he's got DRS. Is he going to get a move done on Kimi? He's got the run, but not quite. Got the pace, but not quite. So he's going to have to do that all over again. Now will Kimi eventually back off, knowing that he's got a 3-second penalty? Or would he try and fight for it and just impede, and just hope to hold up? Oh no, Mamba's gone off, hasn't he? Yep. Oh, he has. He's gone off in turn 1. Disaster for Mamba. Oh, Bossi and Martin are both gone. What has happened there? And this provides a massive twist as the safety car comes out. And boy oh boy, has this couldn't have come at a better time for Gelato. Wow. Comes in. Oh, he's gone in again, and he retires. No. Wow. What is happening now? What is happening? You've got to build for Gelato, because he was... I mean, had it not been for that 5 seconds... No. Wow. Oh, right, safety car's in, safety car's out, but will this, the way it's going, this could possibly be a green-white, possibly green-white checker. I'm not too sure. Or possibly, if it goes a lap early, we could possibly, quite possibly, see a last lap DRS dash at the finish. A DRS dash at the end, but we'll never know. Everyone, as of now, is on an even slate, and you've got to feel for Martin, who put himself in such a good position. position to get a top 10 finish. He's had to come away with nothing as a result of chaos that just happened to happen up ahead. Anyway, now, how is Kimi going to manage this restart? Is he going to go early? Well, this upcoming restart in a few laps' time, but anyway. Yeah, I think we're going to be waiting for another lap or so. But yeah. All pretty close. Now, is the safety car going to come in, or... Oh, safety car's in this lap, right. If I were Kimi... Question. Depends on how early he goes. He could either go early... Oh, he's got the field all stacked up. He might have... That restart might have backfired because he's still got Glock very close for company. He can still very much go for it. Down the inside. Is Glock going to get the move on? Oh no! Contact! Glock's gone off! Oh no! Chaos early on in that restart. And now, Timo is in a prime position to win this race. Unless the Lord of Lasers... Yes, it's an old name of his, an old nickname of his, but anyway. Unless Laser can get past him in these final two laps. As Jaime and Tim fighting tooth and nail for P4. Jaime keeps ahead of him. Contact. Glock retires in the session. He's absolutely furious, and I wouldn't blame him whatsoever because he was on as it stood. He was on for a win. But anyway. It happens. I mean, they can't judge who was at fault for what because we're not stewards. But anyway, lap 35 of 36, 2 to go. Now, Kimi gets himself the fastest lap of the session. As Jaime now is looking to have a go back at Tim. Ooh, Tim got a little bit sketchy coming out of that last one, but yeah, full DRS for, no DRS, sorry, for Tim. More Jaime. As we head into the second, as I predicted this spot on, because this is going to be, if anything, a last lap DRS dash. Come for the end of this race, as Laser is on the back of is still under pressure from Tim. He's in a Haas sandwich now. If only if he had a co-com, just so he had an idea on the penalty situation. As Glock leaves the session, and now DRS is going to be in effect once again. Laser using as much of his to close back up on Timo. As we get into DRS territory. For the final lap of this race, quite a lot of understeer now as Tim looks down the inside of Laser for that P2 spot, gets the move done, and as it stands, it looks like a Haas 1-2 as Laser looks to go down the inside again. As Tim keeps on to the place, runs a little bit wide, but no harm, no foul. Ooh, Laser lose it. Ooh, that's getting all a little bit too close for company there. Wow. Look at this. Last lap dash. Here we go. Kimi it's the first driver to come across the line, but that's not going to be enough because Timo wins the Grand Prix. Tim comes home in second, a 1-2 for Haas, as Laser is in third, Jime in fourth. Wow, what a race. And I think driver of the day, I'd argue that it would have to be Jime. Yeah, it is, and I fully agree because he started all the way in P19, P18, or P17, one of the two, and has recovered and worked his way up to a well-deserved P4. Wow. Oh dear. Anyway, what a race it was. But now, here's the full race classification as Timo takes home the race win with Tim in second. VFR Laser comes home in third with Jime up into fourth place with Kimi in fifth. Rob Williams going up into P6 with Yeast and Mamba in seventh and eighth. Tyrese, you have Glock, Galato, Martin Botti, Jack Jakak, Mauser, Big Dog, Brandon, Crowhawk, and Lost Souls starring for the race. Wow. What a race it was. I will try adding in the top three. If I can get at least one or two of them in. Right. Four. Right, I've got the top three in. Hopefully they'll be in for some interviews because I'd like a little bit of insight into what went on in that race. Oh, wow. That was so unpredictable. It was a really good race, I'm not gonna lie, but hey, back to Ollie for next week. But hopefully we're gonna have some interviews to be done. Get the race winning car. Hold on, I hear audio. And the first one in, I think. Oh, we've got two of them in, and I think that is Timo and Tim, both of them. I don't know if Laser's going to come on, but I'll give him a message. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. We'll get there. Right. Right. We'll wait for Lasers to get in, but in the meantime, if you can both make sure your audio is on set to share, feel free, make sure you do that before we get the interviews underway. But we're gonna get on board with Timo. We're gonna start off with Timo. Great win today, mate. That was I think it's your hold on.
It's my third win.
Yeah, third win of the season. And in fairness, you've actually kept yourself in it and through most of that, and kept and snuck in as well. Brilliant race. Take us through that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit of a boring race. Just
Yeah,
had to avoid a little bit of a crash in lap one, turn one.
yeah.
But after that, just made sure I stayed within the DRS and just
Mm.
eventually ended up winning.
Yeah, and take us through that last restart because that that was wild.
Yeah, it was a little bit intense. Like I knew Glock was gonna be aggressive, 'cause he's always quite aggressive on track.
Mm.
And then he immediately spun on the first lap, and I knew I basically had to defend from late to
Lazy,
win the race.
Yeah, yeah. It was quite a good one, and obviously fair play to you for doing that because for most of that race, Glock and Gelato were basically battling it out for that race lead, with both of them to some extent biding their time, just saving up so much ERS. But you got yourself into that one. Brilliant. You kept yourself in it again brilliantly. So well done to you.
Yeah, I mean it was quite difficult. Like I was quite low on the RS the whole time, so
Yeah,
I
get
was
what you
just
mean.
about managed to stay within, and that eventually got Tim on in second as well. So that's good for the constructors.
Yeah, man.
Should
Sam,
be leading.
right. Yeah, I think he should be leading because it's basically a two-way fight between you and Mercedes for that constructors title. But with that win, that should put you in around the top three. Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think you can basically achieve best of the rest this season with 4 races to go?
I mean it's gonna be hard. Like I mean
Yeah.
it also depends on what you call best of the rest. It's like both me and Tim should be like 1 point apart in P2 and P3, I believe.
Mm.
And we're both still like 60 points behind later in P1. So
I mean, it's not
gonna be hard to
entirely
catch up.
over, but obviously a big lead for Laser. But anyway, anything can happen to come the end of the season. But yeah, congrats for the win. Good luck for next week, Tim. If your mic's on, take us through that race because it's been an interesting one for you and a 1-2 as well, which makes it even better. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Now, again, I've asked Emo the same question, but that restart, a lot happened, and I mean, a lot. Fair play. Now, that second place, I think that basically puts you second in the championship. Do you think you can? Do you think you can catch Laser, or just go out on a high? Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, he is. He is. How I think you're still. I think that puts you in the lead for the constructors now, with Lost Souls retiring and Laser only managing third. But I think this constructors fight is going to the wire. Don't you think? Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, man. One last question for both of you before we end the stream. How are you feeling about America?
Yeah, it's quite a difficult track, especially on track limits, Sector 1. But hopefully both of us will be up there and we'll be able to get more points than Mercedes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, congratulations for the 1-2 boys. Good luck for next week and thank you for coming on.
Yep, thank you.
With Laser being unable to make it, because Laser can't make it, we're going to end the stream there. So, ladies and gents, thank you very much for watching the stream as per usual. If you enjoyed it, do leave a like and do subscribe to the channel if you're new here, so you can check out all the action across SFR and all 5 divisions. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And if you're interested in joining the league, be sure to go over to Gridfinder and once there, our Discord server we'll find the link to our Discord server, and once you're in, one of our beautifully presented directors will be in touch with you as soon as possible to find the right division for you. But until America next week, this is SFR Oliver and GP1 signing off.